Okay, qualifying and determining dimensions or bases. Some marketers distinguish between a qualifying and a determining dimension. A qualifying dimension is a consideration that qualifies a consumer for a specific segment. For example, age is a qualifying dimension for marketers of motor cars. You need to be older than 18 to get a license in South Africa. So, in other words, you need to be 18 and above to own a car. So therefore, it doesn't make sense for car companies to try to sell cars to people that are younger than 18. So what qualifies you to become part of their segment is that the consumer is 18 and above. So age is a qualifying dimension. There we go. If someone has not reached the age to get a license, they will not qualify for the segment. Age could also be a qualifying dimension for technology. For example, older people struggle and avoid technology. So if you're a technology company, you might say the person must not be older than 55 years old to qualify for our technology or to qualify for our segment. And then we have a determining dimension. This is now not from the company side, but from the consumer's side. This is a consideration that will determine a consumer's buying decision. So this is often the consideration that swings the purchase. It's the competitive advantage of the product. It is what encourages the consumer to buy that specific product. For example, software compatibility is a big consideration when buying a new device or program. So if you've got a Windows computer, you're going to want to make sure that the software you're buying is compatible with Windows. That's a determining dimension. If it's not compatible with Windows, you're not going to buy it. What was the thing, for example, that made you choose CPUT above the rest? Was it price? Was it the location? Was it because you were accepted? Was it because one of your family members had gone there? Was it because it's easy to get a job? Because you do an internship? What was the reason? Depending on what that reason is, that would be your determining dimension. It's what determined for you to actually choose CPUT above other universities. Alright, so then you identify the determining dimensions. For each segment there must be a determining dimension. In other words, what is it that the consumer is going to look for before choosing to buy? Fuel consumption or affordability may be the determining dimension in the low-cost car market. So, example, sellers of low-cost cars might recognize that the reason people buy low-cost vehicles is because of the affordability of fuel consumption. In other words, it doesn't chow so much fuel. It's very light on petrol. The market must then ask, can we deliver on the customer's determining dimension? Can we offer them a vehicle that has a very low fuel consumption? Can we compete effectively with other firms that can offer this determining dimension? Do we have a competitive advantage? Or can we have a competitive advantage in this segment? If the firm cannot offer these three things, they should probably not target that segment. They should rather only target segments in which they can deliver on the customer's determining dimension, in which they can actually compete effectively with others, firms, and where they can actually have a competitive advantage, where they can do something different and unique. So what are the potential determining dimensions for the segments in the canteen example? Well, it's probably affordability and convenience. The more affordable the canteen is, the more people will probably come and shop there instead of going to other canteens on campus or maybe going off campus and buying food somewhere else. For the medium income segment, it would be quality and healthy convenience. In other words, they want quality food and healthy food that's conveniently located. If they can't get quality healthy food on campus, they will probably go somewhere else, maybe to the fruit and veg that's close by. And okay, although we haven't chosen the high income group as a one to target because it doesn't fit the 4 criteria, but if there was a superb quality and restaurant atmosphere, that would be a determining dimension. If they had a nice atmosphere that they could sit at and have meetings at and chat over food, that would be one of the determining dimensions. But if they can't do that on campus, they'll just go off campus to do that. So in this case, we can offer affordable convenience and possibly even some quality healthy snacks, but not superb quality and restaurant atmosphere like the high income group wants. Okay, then the last step, step 7, we name and select the target market. It's the last step, and it's eventually select which ones to target, which segments. You can choose to target only the low income segment in our example, or we can target both the low income and the medium income segment. So in this case, we have chosen our segment, segment 1. We are calling it the low income affordable convenience segment, and we're also going to target segment 2, the middle income healthy convenience. That's what we're calling our segments, because it's a good description of what the needs are of the people in that segment. Okay, segment 1, and this is called multi-segment targeting. Okay, multi-segment targeting, because we're targeting 2, not just 1. If we only did 1, it would be niche targeting. If we did all 3, it would be undifferentiated targeting. But we chose 2, so it's multi-segment targeting.